Alright, what is up guys? It is Bane Kryptonite here, and I'm giving you a gameplay. I believe it's Black Ops 2. I haven't touched the game in so long, but what I'm going to be talking about in this commentary is going to be what Call of Duty is today, what I think it's going to be in the future, what I think the next big video game genre will be, and if you don't like any of that, that's perfectly fine by me. We got tons of other videos at Team Bane Clan you can go check out. We got Let's Plays, really funny guys. Come check them out at our channel. But other than that, let's dip the chip in this. Alright, so basically, Call of Duty today is a first-person shooter. It is fast gameplay, you know, it's quick. Tight spawn locations, tight spawn points, you know, we're talking about multiplayer here. But that's what it is. You know, it's a first-person shooter, quick game, you know, you don't need to run across the giant map to find someone, you know, you got take a step, a couple feet, and you'll find like 2 people right away. That's how it plays. You know, it's a fast-paced game, and there's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, I'm gonna come out and say it, and say there's nothing wrong with how the gameplay is. You know, that's what they developed, that's what they made, and that's what it is. But the problem I have is that if you look at Black Ops 2, for example, if you look at this video and then go look at a COD 4 video, there's not much of a difference besides the graphics. You'll see different guns. You'll see some different features, a couple different features. You'll see different attachments. You know, that's basically how it's evolved. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but when you develop a game the same way over so long, such as COD 4 to World at War, to MW2, to Black Ops, to MW3, to Black Ops 2, you gotta change it up a little bit, guys. You know, you can't have the same exact game, same style, same fast-paced feel. You gotta change it up. And it hasn't changed up, and it's been this way for a while, and that's what Call of Duty is, and that's what they stand by. I mean, that's up to them. You know, that's their opinion. They like standing by that being the first-person, fast-paced genre. Obviously, it's working out for them because they are making a lot of money there. And the problem being is that I think it's dying. I think we're all noticing that. You know, people being sent to the Battlefield 4 meeting or whatever they had, stuff like that going on. You don't see too many Call of Duty gameplays anymore. You don't see people raving over the Black Ops 2 map packs. You don't see people raving over Black Ops 2 weapon camos. You don't. It's not happening. It's dying. We feel it. We sense it as a community on YouTube, on online playing. It's dying. Alright? And why is it dying, you might ask? Well, I think it's dying because it has stayed the same. It's stale. It's like when you open up a Pringles container and leave the cap off for like however many years Call of Duty's been going on. It's stale. Those chips ain't gonna taste good. Not like they did when they first came out. And I mean, when Call of Duty 4 came out, that was innovation at its finest in the gaming industry, I believe. You know, that was something completely different than any other kind of game. It took it to new levels, you know, online-wise. It was different, you know, it was better. It was something that we didn't see much before. And that's what COD 4 was. When you look at Black Ops 2, you don't see any innovation, really, different than Black Ops. You don't. It's still got the theater mode. It's still got pretty much the same graphics, it feels like, you know, maybe a little bit better. I'm sure they upped it some way, but the same gun gameplay, gunfights are the same, it's all the same. Not too much innovation. And that's why it's getting stale. You know? It's like they need to add something. They need to switch it up a little bit. And I want to point out something. I think Call of Duty was dying. Basically, MW3 I think is where it started to have its slow, steady downfall. It wasn't too big in MW3, but that's where it started. Alright? That's the truth. I think Black Ops, actually, end of Black Ops, I would say, because lots of people would complain about the hit detection in Black Ops. And that was especially true during the end of it, I believe. That's where people really started to complain about it that I noticed. That's my opinion. And I think MW3, I didn't really like that game. I mean, it seemed just like MW2 to me, just a couple different features. It wasn't much innovation, you know, and then Black Ops 2 came out. It's not much different than Black Ops. Not too much innovation there either. So we need to see, basically, more innovation in the next Call of Duty. That's what we need to see. I want to see a slower gameplay, because when Battlefield 3 came out, alright, I'm going to talk about Battlefield for a second. It's a slower paced game. You know, you take a jet and you fly around, which is awesome. They have vehicles integrated. I think that's what Battlefield's made. That's Call of Duty has its first person fast paced. Battlefield has its vehicles and slower paced. Realism. That's what they have. And I think Battlefield's going to really give them a run for their money when Battlefield 4 comes out. But, jeez, Battlefield is... I regret not going to that, because I'm now seeing what everybody else was seeing when they switched over to Battlefield 3. Because so many people did switch over to Battlefield 3 when that came out, because it was a different game that everybody was hyped up for. It was a different pace. It was a lot better, ran smoother. You know, it looks so much cleaner. I think Battlefield 3 has better graphics than... I'd rather play Battlefield 3 graphics than this Black Ops 2 graphics. You know, it's good. It's clean, it's smooth, it runs fine. You know, the controls are pretty much the same, but different enough to make it feel like a different game. And I love that. Battlefield 3 is a good game, and I was a COD fanboy at the time, I'm not going to lie to you guys. But, you know, Battlefield 3 is a good game. And I wish more people would have gave it a chance. I wish I would have gave it more of a chance, because it deserves it. It's a good game. And the reason being so many people switched over, I think, is because they were the early birds who got stale, you know, early with Call of Duty. They sensed Call of Duty was getting stale earlier than a lot of other COD fanboys. And now I'm sensing that COD's stale. I've sensed it. I haven't played in a month and a half. I've sensed it for a while. COD's stale. You know, they need more innovation. And I don't know where exactly they can take it from here. I think the best direction would be to... I think if I was in charge, alright, if I was Activision, I was in charge of when these games were released and how this worked, I would say, you know what, you know, Infinity Ward, take another year off, alright? I want Treyarch, I want you to work on your I want a zombie-only game, alright? Work on that, alright, Treyarch? And they go work on a zombie-only game, alright? And then I tell Infinity Ward, I want you to put out there a great Call of Duty that's completely different than any Call of Duty we've seen before. And I don't want any of that bullshit you've been feeding the community before about it being completely different, because it hasn't changed. So I want them to go out there and I want them to make a slower paced, in between a Battlefield and a Call of Duty gameplay. That's what I want. I want it medium. I don't want it so fast paced. I want it slowed down a little bit. I don't want it slowed down to the point of Battlefield, but I want it slowed down a little more. I'd like to see some vehicle integration. I think that would be great. But, I mean, I don't know if they would exactly do that, because that is Battlefield's thing. But I'm just saying, I want a different gameplay speed. I want different spawn points. You know, branch those spawns apart more. Damn, girl. These spawns are so tight. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous how tight these spawns are. You can spawn and die 3 times in a row, 5 times in a row. That happens. And that's not fair, and that's not right. That's not a good game. That's not a good game. You can't have that in a game. And I think you have Treyarch work on a zombie-only game. Community's gonna buy it. Community's gonna love it. It's zombies. You know, not zombies today. You can integrate both. Do whatever you want. You know, Treyarch innovates. They innovated their zombies. But I like to see that. I'd like to see the classic zombies, and I'd like to see this new zombies for the people who do like it. I think that would be great. And have that game. Don't make another Call of Duty like this, where you have this multiplayer. Make a zombies game. Alright, then what I want to see is an Infinity Ward making that awesome game innovated, like I said before. And I think that extra year might give Infinity Ward, you know, a lot more time for them to release a damn good game that is different and that we may enjoy. None of this wait every year have a game released. I don't want that bullshit. I want a game that they worked on hard, and something that's new and better and cleaner. So I think that's where they need to go from here. And thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, give it a like. I didn't really get to talk about the other topic I wanted to about different genre, but let me know what you guys think, and I'll finish this later.